I found a real good chocolate milk recipe on TikTok. I tried it out. I even made a video about it. And I liked it a lot. The original recipe was for making 1 gallon of chocolate milk, but it was just easier to cut that in half and make a half a gallon. Now, I love the chocolate milk, but what I didn't love about it was making up such a large amount at one time and then having to manage all that space in the refrigerator. Naturally, I decided to make a scaled down version of the recipe that was geared to my taste. Now, I'll be using a Hamilton Beach malt mixer, and this is the kind that all the hamburger joints and even some of the drugstores, the one that had the food counter, they used this back in the day. Now, if you don't happen to have a mixer like this, then use an immersion handheld blender / mixer. And I'm talking about the electric version, of course. Now, when it comes to the cocoa powder, I've tried several different brands, and truth is, I like them all. But it needs to be 100% cocoa powder, Dutch processed. Now you see this store brand, it says right here, processed with alkali. That is exactly what Dutch process is all about. Now it may sound bad, but it makes the cocoa powder less bitter and it tastes a whole lot smoother. Now look at this one, red Dutch processed. That means it's made with even more alkali and it gets a deep reddish brown color and it tastes even smoother with a more chocolatey flavor. It's often used in making up red velvet cakes. Now the point is this recipe calls for Dutch processed 100% cocoa. Now I prefer to use whole milk, so that's what I'm using today. And I've got 2 30-ounce stainless steel mixing cups. The extra cup just has water for cleaning up my mixer. So pour in the whole milk into the mixing cup and observe that fill line because this stuff will grow when it's agitated and mixed. I put in 2 heaping spoons of the cocoa powder, and trust me, that cocoa powder is just floating right on top of the milk. Next, I'm making up 2 small pours using 100% maple syrup. You could use honey, it'll taste almost the same, but I found that the maple syrup just blends a whole lot better than the honey does. We need that natural sweetness in there to take the edge off the cocoa. Now, can you taste the maple syrup flavor? No way, you don't taste maple at all. You're just adding a tiny bit of natural sweetness. Now, mix it up thoroughly. And yeah, cocoa powder is not the easiest thing in the world to mix. And that's why you really need an electric mixer to do this project. When it's all mixed up, I pour mine into a glass, and then I top it off with a bit of Ready Whip or some similar dairy topping. Now, this part's optional, but that's the way I like it. Now, I really don't know what to call it because to me, it's really more than chocolate milk. Almost like drinking a milkshake, and it is so very, very good. Now, I recommend you give this recipe a try. Be sure to hit that like button on your way out. Please consider subscribing. And I hope to see you next time at Paul Daddy's BlindHawg Barbecue.